Pixelgod+SQUAD is all Pixelgod+SQUAD.
Watch on now, yo, hey. I am the kind of person who never give up.
Good morning. I'm back again. It's good to see you, my friends. All right. We're back over in the global politics. I don't know, because it has me on the edge of my seat these days. China. As you can see the title of the article. China rejects U.S. sanctions on oil refineries. Issues defensive measures. This is not good. This is another escalation. This will lead us into World War III. And nobody wants that. Especially when we've been giving all of our weapons to other people and we're kind of depleted. That's the problem. But anyway, let's jump into this.
Anymore. And this open challenge by China puts bad news for Trump's Iran blockade, as China just gave the middle finger to US sanctions on Chinese companies buying Iranian oil. As in a major shift in global economic order, China just invoked its blocking statute for the first time ever. And in doing so has ordered all Chinese firms and individuals not to comply with US sanctions that are targeting Chinese oil refineries accused of purchasing Iranian crude oil by the US government. And this is a major hit to the US economic power, as China is leading the way in showing to the rest of the world that US sanctions are irrelevant because no one fears the US military anymore. And this open challenge by China puts Donald Trump in a lose-lose situation. Because if the US doesn't do anything in order to punish China after ignoring US sanctions, then other countries that are sanctioned by the US will be emboldened and also try their luck and defy US sanctions. And on the other hand, if the US wants to enforce its sanctions on China by force, then it'll have to take on China militarily. Bad news for Trump's Iran blockade, as China just gave the middle finger to US sanctions on Chinese companies.
All right. So, kind of what he said. If the Chinese are not going to acknowledge the US sanctions, boom. He just rug pulled everybody. Right? Unravel the sheet, unravel the rug, whatever you want to call it. This is bad. Because if China, and this is the problem of going to war with Iran, is a much smaller nation. Well, when you fail and you've used a ton of resources in failing, no one's afraid of you. No one's afraid of a bully who... All right, let me mute this phone.